All right, in this lesson, we're going to talk about the big surprise about slide guitar. A lot of people play slide in open tuning, and by the way, you may hear some golf in the background. Sorry about that. But, or I should say the television with golf on. But a lot of people play, or many people play slide guitar in open tuning. I'm a fan of just using standard tuning because you don't have to learn a whole bunch of shapes or new shapes. But there's something that's really cool that sort of simulates playing in an open tuning, depending upon what key you're playing in. So I prefer glass slide over any other surface, I guess you would say, or substance. And then a few pointers is your right hand does a lot of muting so that you don't hear a whole bunch of sympathetic strings. You know, if you want to make this sound, you don't want it to sound like there's a whole bunch of other notes ringing, right? So that's pretty important. Keeping the slide right over the fret wire. So those are a couple cool things that you can do, is to take a note and test your pitch, right? You don't want to sound like a drunken sailor. So if you get a note, so those are a couple little pointers, but what I want to really kind of go over is how you can play a pretty nice those kinds of things. So my E chord comes from this. I'll take the slide off for a minute. It comes from this. My A chord and my B chord. So with the slide on, my E here, 9th position. My A can be in 2nd position or up in 14th position. And then my B can be at fret 4 or position 4. B, A, wait, A, how you doing that, Gary? I said the A was here. There's another place that you can do this. So I'm on predominantly the center 3 strings, the D string, the G string, and the B string. But you can play these chords on the 5th string and the 4th string. So now my E is actually, my A is, and my D those are kind of some little tips and tricks. And so one of the things I guess I would say is, landing notes like I was talking about earlier, but also being able to sneak into a note. So or to come from underneath. Sorry. So that's two ways to approach a note. But another really cool thing that you can do is to play a scale or try to get used to doing that. So this is like E Mixolydian. Now you can do that just in one position or linearly like I did. I kind of did both there. So one of the things that I would say is something that a lot of people maybe don't do as much. I know a couple of my friends, the great Alan Hines does this. I think I might have actually kind of gotten it from him. But what we'll do is not just play using just the slide, but actually the fingers that are not occupied by the slide. So if I go up, so that's kind of cool to be able to do that. Even in a lick, let's see. Like, so if I do that easier. So those little ideas are kind of nice. And so what I also find, which is kind of an added bonus or benefit, is if you do this for, whatever, 10 or 15 minutes a day, you'd be surprised how good you can get at it. But what I find too is when I take the slide away, you kind of, if you're me, I guess, you kind of start to emulate. It kind of helps your non-slide playing because you hear things in a different way. So I find that to be super helpful. So hopefully that'll help you out. Dig into that and have a good time with it.